All right. Good evening. Kim Baker here, coming to you on this Tuesday evening. Tonight we're going to be starting our study on anger. Okay. But before we get started tonight, just a few quick announcements. Okay. One is remember that every Tuesday night we're here. As long as we're not having computer problems. I've been having some lately, but anyway, down in the bottom left-hand corner of your screen, you're going to see where it says bscministry.com. Okay, that is our website. You can go to our website and you can download the material for this study on anger, and you can print it off, and then that way you've got a copy of it that you can follow along with if you are somewhere, outside of Odessa, Midland area. Okay. The other couple things that you can do for us that would help this ministry out, and also would help maybe someone else out there that may be needing this study material. Okay. And that is hit one of the buttons, because the more people that respond to us, the more people that Facebook allows to see us. Okay. Leave a comment. We'd love to hear from you. Okay. And so we'll get started tonight. Anger, facing the fire within. Okay. Yeah. All right, here we go. All right. First slide, the anger pie chart. Okay. Now this is an activity that we normally do in class, and what I do, I normally always do it at the very first night of starting anger. Okay. And so what you can do, and I want you to try this for yourself. Okay. But just get a piece of paper, draw you a circle, and then start thinking, and I suggest praying about it also. But what makes you angry? What gets you going? Okay. And you can color on different colors if you want to, like what I've got here. You can put percentages. It's just however you want to do that. That's up to you. Okay. But as you see here, my biggest piece of the pie is COVID-19. COVID-19. Yeah. Who's sick of COVID-19? Yeah, I'm pretty sick of COVID-19. All right, then the next one is human trafficking. Okay, that gets my goat also, is to think that there are young boys and girls, and there's also adults that are human trafficked. It's bad in this country, but it is really bad in a lot of these other countries around the world. Okay. Next smallest, or the next largest piece of my pie is back pain. I've been having back pain now for about 5-6 years. So yeah, back pain. And then hate. People that hate. Parents that go against the other parent in saying and doing things the other parent from being able to have a relationship with their kids, people that are mean to people, people that say mean things. Uh, that's the hate that I dislike a whole bunch. Okay. But anyway, do this. And here's what I want you to do. Okay. I want you to complete one uh, pretty soon. Okay. Then what I want you to do is when we get about halfway through the study, I'd like for you to make another one. Okay. Then when we finish up, what I'd like for you to do is make a third one. Okay. Because you will probably see changes in your anger pie chart. Okay. You from your first one, uh, you know, you might have 20 different things that you list. Okay. And what you'll see, what you most likely will see, and what I hope you will see, is a decrease in the number of things that make you angry. Okay. So this is an activity you do at home, do it on your own time. The anger pie chart. Okay. So try it out and see what you think about it. Okay. All right. Well, let's get into tonight. Okay. I'm gonna be asking some questions, and so what I want you to do is, hey, and some of them really don't have an answer. I don't have an answer. I mean, I do have one, but it's just not going to show up. What I'm doing, I'm asking you. Okay, when you hear the word anger, what does that mean to you? What comes to mind? What do you think about when you hear the word anger? Okay. So, and if you don't have time to answer right now, then please go back and get this question and answer it. Okay. Oh, I do have it. I do have some. Sorry about that. I didn't think I did. But here is what anger really is. Anger is a strong emotion of irritation or agitation that occurs when a need or an expectation is not met. Okay. And I will tell you right now that I believe and I think that unmet expectations, probably cause as much or more anger than probably just about anything there is. Okay. So, next one. What do you think Proverbs chapter 29 verse 11 might say about anger? Okay, Proverbs chapter 29 verse 11. A fool gives full vent to his anger, but a wise man keeps himself under control. Okay? So, if you are venting your anger, according to Scripture, you're a fool. Okay? But on the opposite hand, if you can keep yourself under control, you're considered wise. Okay? So, which one would you rather be? Would you rather be a fool or a wise man? All right. So, what about Proverbs chapter 15, verse 18? I wonder what it says about anger. Let's look at it. A hot-tempered man stirs up strife, but one who is slow to anger calms a quarrel. So if you are hot-tempered, what do? You stir up strife. You keep things going. Things keep evolving and growing and growing and growing. Okay? But do you want to calm down quarrels in your life? Do you want to have less quarrels than what you've been having? Okay? Be one that is slow to anger. Be one that is slow to anger. Okay? What is the Hebrew word for anger? Off. It sounds like OFF, but that's the way it's pronounced in Hebrew. Okay? So what does it mean? What does off mean? The meaning of it means nose or nostrils, figuratively dictating nostrils flaring with anger. Okay? Later, it came to represent the entire face as seen in two ancient Hebrew idioms. Okay? Long of face or nose means what? What do you think long of face might mean? Long of face means slow to anger. You're slow to anger. The Lord is gracious and compassionate, slow to anger and rich in love. Psalms 145, verse 8. Do you want to be gracious? Do you want to see? Or you want to know that you're gracious? Are you being gracious? You're being compassionate? How can I be great? How can I be gracious? Or how can I be compassionate? Being slow to anger. Be slow to anger, but rich in love. Okay? So don't bring forth anger, bring forth love. Show love. Everywhere you go, show love. That's how you can show that you're gracious and you're compassionate. Short or face or nose means what? It means that you're quick to temper, you're quick to anger. Okay, your nose snarled up. A quick-tempered man does foolish things. Proverbs chapter 14, verse 17. Okay? So, if you're a quick-tempered man, you probably are doing some foolish things. In the New Testament, the Greek word for anger is what? What do you think the Greek word for anger would be? Oh, yeah, yep. If you're thinking that's what that word looks like, you're right. Orgy or orgy, yes. Okay, and so what does that mean? What does it mean in the Greek? So when you use that word orgy, it originally meant any natural impulse or desire, but later to signify anger as the strongest of all passions. Okay? So, natural impulse or desire. So now you see why that word lines up. It is often translated as wrath because of its powerful, lasting nature. Okay? And look at what it says, that anger as the strongest of all passions. Okay? So that tells us what? That there's more than one passion. Would love be a passion? Yeah, it can be. So love is not as strong as anger. No. Anger can do more damage than love can repair sometimes because we won't allow it to. Okay. For those who are self seeking and who reject the truth and follow evil, there will be wrath and anger. Romans chapter 2, verse 28. 8, verse 8. Sorry. Do you consider yourself self seeking? Are you a self seeking person? Would others say that you're self seeking? Okay. Would somebody close to you that knows you pretty well, would they say that you're self seeking? Okay. Talking about anger, but what color is the hottest part of the flame on a candle? Can you visualize a candle right now? What do you think? What do you think? Is it the orange or the yellow, the red, the blue? Which one of the colors do you think is the hottest part of the flame on a candle? Well, it is actually, drum roll, da, 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 blue. Blue, because what? It's closest to the center. It's closest to the wick. Okay, blue. Blue is the hottest part of the candle. So, if it's the hottest part, how hot does the blue flame get? Oh, sorry. Before we get to that, what gamut does your anger usually run? Okay. If you were referring to a candle, blue is the hottest. Okay. So let's go back to the blue flame. All right. How hot, how many degrees Celsius is a blue flame? Uh, it is 1,400 degrees. Okay. So when you light a candle and you look at that blue flame, that's running right at 1,400 degrees. Okay. All right. Now we're going to be answering some multiple choice or fill in the blank, rather, questions or statements. Anger can lightly blank. What do you think it means? What can anger can lightly what? What do you think it is? It can lightly singe. Okay. You get your hand a little too close or your arm a little close to the flame of a candle, and it will singe the hair on your arm, won't it? Yeah. Okay. Or I say, okay, so anger can lightly singe or severely what? Scorch or burn. So I figured you're probably thinking about the word burn there, wasn't you? Yeah, but scorch, singe or scorch. Anger ranges from blank agitation to blank explosions. Anger ranges from mild agitation to hot eruptions. Okay, that's the gamut. The gamut of anger is anywhere from mild to hot. So, where would you classify your anger at? Where would you classify your anger? Would you say that your anger is mild? Or would you say you have hot explosions? Okay. And it can run, and anger can run from controlled irritations to uncontrolled eruptions. Okay. So again, where's your anger? Is your anger controlled irritations? Or is your anger uncontrolled eruptions? Which is it? Makes a big difference, don't it? Yes, absolutely it does. Okay. All right. Next. Indignation is simmering anger provoked by something appearing to be what? Sorry, just checking the time right quick. It appears to be unjust and or unkind and often perceived as justified. Okay? So, our indignation or our simmering anger a lot of times is that it is unjust. It appears to be unjust or unkind what was done to us, don't it? Yeah. Or we wouldn't get angry about it. And it's often, and then our anger, we perceive that our anger is justified. Well, she said this. I have a right to be angry. He said this. I have a right to be angry. Okay. So it appears to be, or it is perceived to be justified. Did Yeshua or Jesus ever become indigent? Did Yeshua or Jesus ever become mad? Did he become angry? Yes, absolutely he did. When Yeshua or Jesus saw this, he was indigent. He said to them, "Let the little children come to me and do not hinder them, for the kingdom of God belongs to such of these." Mark chapter 10, verse 14. Okay. So this is one incident where Jesus got angry. Okay. Jesus got angry. Why? Because the disciples was holding back the children, the little children. Okay. He said, no, don't hit them. My kingdom belongs to these. These are my kingdom. These are my future kingdom. Okay. Is there another time that Jesus was indigent or mad or angry? Yeah. And probably the one that we think about the most. As Christians, it's the one that comes to my mind initially is what? The money changers, isn't it? Yeah. When he's in Jerusalem, he goes to the temple and here's the money changers, cheating people. And what's he do? Did he approach him immediately after seeing what was going on? No, he didn't. What did he do? He went, sat down underneath a tree, and braided a whip. Okay? You don't just sit down and in just a couple minutes braid a whip. Okay? How long does it take to braid a whip? Don't know. Never braided a whip before. But I assume that it took more than a couple minutes. So, what lesson can we learn from this? What lesson can we learn from that story in the Word about Jesus going to the temple and overturning the tables and driving the money changers out of the temple? One, the first thing that we can get out of it is this. It's okay to get angry. Okay? Angry is an emotion that was given to us by God. Okay? He gave us that emotion. So it's okay to be angry. If something really bad happens to you, it's okay to be angry. Okay? You get in a wreck. Okay. It's you know, it's okay to be upset, to be mad, be angry over it. Okay? But how can we relate the story of the money changers and him going and sitting underneath a tree and braiding a whip to our situation here of maybe somebody ran red light and hit your vehicle, hit your car? Okay? First off, we can understand. You're going to be angry. Anybody would. Anybody's going to be upset or angry, aren't they? Yeah, absolutely. Okay? But the next lesson that we need to take from Yeshua or Jesus' example was to go sit down or get out of the situation, walk away from the situation, and don't go immediately into that situation. Okay? Maybe you need to walk to the back of your car and take a couple deep breaths. Maybe you ought to pray. Wouldn't be a bad idea. Okay? But take some deep breaths. Whew. Calm yourself down a little bit. Why? Because if we do calm ourselves down, then we are more able to go to the person that hit our vehicle, exchange information, and in everything. And just, and maybe we might want to say, hey, man, you really ought to start paying more attention to what you're doing, bud. Okay? Instead of what? Bam. Our car gets wrecked. Ooh, here comes the anger. We get just like this guy right here behind me. See this? That's what we look like. That's what we act like when the accident happens and we jump out of the vehicle and go confront the other person immediately. Is we look like this guy back here, that we're all on fire. We're ready to burn somebody, baby. Burn, burn, burn. Okay? But that's not what Jesus done. He took his time, buried the whip. He come back. Now, did he just walk up there and say, okay, y'all get out of the temple and throw the first chair, just casually tip the table over? No, he come up, boom, flips the tables. Why? It's okay. It's okay if we let people know that we're upset or we're angry. But don't take it out personally on them. And that is for, doesn't matter if it's an accident that you're in, or whether this is you and your wife or you and your husband having a heated discussion over something. How do you in the future, how do you want to deal with your wife or your husband? Go immediately and just let everything out and burn as many bridges as you can burn? Or do you want to step back and take a minute and then come back and say, you know what, that hurt or that made me mad. Here's why. Okay? What are we talking about here? What are we talking about doing? It's called communication. Communication. You speak, then you listen. Then you speak, you listen. You speak, you listen. That's all part of it. Okay. All right. We'll start right here next Tuesday night. Wrath is burning anger, accompanied by desire to do what? Ooh. Okay. Again, down at the bottom left-hand corner of your screen, you see where it says bscministry.com. That is our website. Go to that website. You can download the material, print it off, save it, however you want to do it. But remember, join us back here next Tuesday night at 7 o'clock for the second part of anger. God bless and have a great rest of your week.